Alright, so in this one, we're going to be doing a versus with Hit versus Caulifla. That's actually the wrong team. Hit versus Caulifla. Who's the better purple rival universe slash universe 6? Well, battle member, I guess, unit. This discussion part's going to be a bit lengthy because, look, I think they are very, 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 very close. And this is pre-recording it, obviously, as I do these. If you don't know, I do 3 matches with each unit, as if it's a unit versus another unit. For example, if it's UI Goku versus Gogeta Blue, 3 matches UI Goku, 3 matches Gogeta Blue. Then I say my ending thoughts. This part is the preliminary, going over their kits and discussing how I feel about these specific units. So, Caulifla. We look at Caulifla, we'll read her, we'll go over her. Right now, her stats, very good. Strike attack is 294k, blast attack is 254k, and defense is 180k a pop. Critical's decently high, higher than some units, and this equipment she has actually helps her, which we'll get into after this. I apologize for noise in the background. Crush Cannon, blue card, deals massive explode damage, inflicts enemy attribute downgrade, plus 20% to strike damage received for 15 timer counts on hit. Green card, I can feel the tingle, plus 25% to strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and changes blast to strike. Main ability, Dependable Sis, draws a strike arts card next, restores own key by 50, plus 40% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts, and cancels own attribute downgrades in abnormal conditions. The ability is Strike Attack for girls in Universe 6. Zenkai ability is Purple Rival Universe. And another unique, Anti-Saiyan, plus 40% to damage inflicted against Tag Saiyan. That's a raw buff, by the way, so it's very good. Don't Run Away. The following effects occur when an enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Restores own key by 40, plus 15% to strike damage inflicted per remaining Tag Girls or Tag Rival Universe battle member for 10 timer counts. Boundless Progress. Applies the following effects itself every time we face an enemy. Gain buff effect minus 15% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 10 timer counts, plus 40% to key recovery for 10 timer counts. That's fine with me. Applies the following effects itself when battle starts, plus 30% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Reduced damage C by 20%, cannot be cancelled. This is just the new equipment, the hell equipment to farm, as I call it. So, decent stats, good stats, honestly. Decent tags. Obviously, we're going to be looking at Rival Universe. That's the title of the video. That's the point of the video. So we won't be running her on girls. We're going to be running her on the same exact team that we're running Hit on. Literally, it's the exact same team because, well, they're both strike-based. And these, units buff them, honestly, exceptionally. So Topo, for both teams, obviously, as I said, will be buffing Strike and Blast defense. Bergamo buffs health. Vados buffs blast attack and defense, Champa's double attack, and Rubrianna's strike attack and defense. So, she's not getting major priority buffs. One, because Rival Universe kind of struggles with that. I could have Jiren in replace of Vados for strike attack and defense, but for both teams. But Vados is a better support than obviously Jiren, and I think her support outweighs her Z ability in this scenario. So, we go over Hit's kit here. We'll go over the equipments for Caulifla and Hit after this, by the way. So Hit is at 9 stars. So understand that. Different star level and a Zenkai for Caulifla. Big difference. Strike attack 248k, blast attack 226, and defense is 144 and 148k. So obviously lower stats. So in that regard, he loses. Strike. Damage cut penetration, strike, gain attribute upgrade minus 10% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 10 timer counts on hit. So 5% less than Caulifla's unique ability where it's 15% when an enemy switches. Just 5% less, and that's on anything for hit. Assassin Strike deals massive pierce damage, restores own vanish engaged by 60% upon activation, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade minus 100% to health restoration for 15 timer counts on hit. Blast armor when charging forward. His green card is Martial Master, restores own key by 40, plus 30% to own critical rate for 20 timer counts, increases own arts card draw speed by 1 level for 20 timer counts, cannot be stacked, plus 20% to own critical damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, cannot be stacked. That's ridiculous green card. Time Release Assassinate, Deals massive impact damage, plus 50% to ultimate damage inflicted with 3 timer counts upon activation. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 3 to sub count for 15 timer counts on hit. And has blast armor for his blue and ultimate. Main ability, Understanding It Won't Be Enough. Draw the ultimate arts card, time release, assassinate next. Restores own key by 50, gain attribute upgrade, minus 30% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 20 timer counts. Gain buff effects nullify enemy special action that activate when cover changing, so nullifies cover changing, for 20 timer counts. Pretty damn good main ability, just saying. Z ability is Rival Universe purple or red, strike and blast attack. Oh, I was wrong in the other video, I said it's strike attack and defense. So actually, he's better buffer than Caulifla, that's very good. Up to 38% at 14 stars, but for us it'll be 33. The Art of Assassination applies the following effects self when battle starts, plus 60% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, plus 100% to next special move damage inflicted. Nullifies enemies, restore health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks, so he nullifies endurance. Obviously not revival, because revival and endurance are different effects. Applies the following effects self when this character enters the battlefield, restores key by 20, draw a special arts card next, activates once, plus 15% to damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, activates 3 times. Kraken Time knocks back enemy to long range if a cover change is performed against their strike guards, so he combos his cover into a blue card off a strike. Applies following effects to self when this character evades an enemy attack with the Vanishing Step. Reduce next damage sustained by 50%, cannot be stacked. This applies until enemy combo is finished. Minus 10 to next strike or blast arts cost, cannot be stacked. And plus 70% to strike or blast damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Now, going over that, I would assume you think, well, Caulifla is worse than Hit on paper. Like, just on paper, Hit gets more damage buffs, he nullifies endurance, he can get card draw on his green, he has blast armor. I don't know what the hell just happened. My phone is clicking on its own. He has double blast armor, he has cut on his strike guards, while Caulifla's is conditional to the opponent switching. Hit just seems better on paper, and I agree with you. But the thing that's different is the stats. As I mentioned, the stats really matter. Caulifla almost has 300k strike attack, and she has a raw buff against Saiyans. So depending on the matchups we get, I'm not going to, force it where it's going to be 3 future teams and they're not running a Saiyan on them. It's whatever the matchups are, because that's how you do a real experiment. You see how it goes. So if we get 3 Super Saiyan teams where I'm using Caulifla, she's obviously going to look better than if I get 3 hybrid users, So it just depends how the matches are formulated. But that's the thing. She's conditional. Hit is not. So in my opinion, I personally favor Hit right now over Caulifla. But before I get into more depth of that, I want to go over her equipment. So I got this one Z'd, double defenses and critical. She does have a high critical rate compared to other units, so I did want to rock that on her. This new equipment, the Platinum, I can't get a Z of it. This is the highest I can really get. If I remove the middle slot, it goes to A. So, you know what? I'm taking what I got. I used every single of those rush medals to reroll this equipment and the other one. This one took about 40 rerolls. This one, well, this took up to my last eraser. I can't get a Z of it. So we'll stick to this. 30.9% to strike attack, blast defense, and, well, key recovery and special move damage on that one. And then this is double attacks, double defense for females, or girls as you call it. And hits, he has similar equips. Unfortunately, he's not from Universe Survival Saga, so he can't run that UI Platinum equip. I don't know what else to call it besides that, by the way. I'll just say the new Plat equip. But he does have this. Obviously, he's a crit-based character with his green card into his blues and all this. So, critical is obviously his thing. Double defense is because he is squishy. On him, this one is blast attack, strike defense, and strike attack with the red or blue. And this one is double defenses, double attacks for, I believe it's Rival Universe, yeah. So those are the equips. Those are the teams, same teams, basically. Obviously, the unit change is just the showcase and the comparison. But to go into a little more further depth, I would say take it with a grain of salt for Caulifla if you don't see her against Saiyans, because it's not her full potential. Hit, you will most likely see it as full potential because maybe I'll vanish, then I'll pop 3 green cards and I'll catch them in a sidestep, and then boom, I have that 70%, then I have that 100% on the blue card, then I have the non-cancelable 60%. That's 230% damage inflicted. Right there. I'll kill anything. I could even kill a yellow at that point. So, understand Caulifla is conditional, and that's her biggest downfall in this versus video. Hit has no conditions. He's not like the yellow one where he's time gated to get his critical and all this crap. No. Hit can do anything at any point in the match. From the beginning, he'll be as good as he is at the end. Caulifla needs setup. The enemy to switch. She needs to pop her main to get more damage. She doesn't have card draw, which is really bad. She doesn't even draw green cards. So let's say you run Vados and maybe you run Topo. You have a 6/6 setup. Well, you're going to draw a lot of blast in that setup, and you're not drawing a green on your main or coming in. That's really hindering her performance. So we'll see what I mean in the matches, what I'm explaining here. If you don't understand it, you'll see it in the matches, because I've used both these units extensively at this point. Even though Caulifla just dropped, I've recorded a good amount of videos with her already. So let's see how Caulifla and Hit do, and we'll determine, in my opinion at least, who's the better unit. And if you disagree or agree, let me know in the comments at the end of the video. Let's get into the matches. I forgot to say who's going first, so I'm going to add this part after the little section we just discussed the units and all that. We'll be doing Caulifla first in the first 3 matches and Hit in the later 3 matches. And then we'll be discussing, well, who's better, in my opinion, just final thoughts. Maybe a long discussion, depending how these matches go. Now let's get into the matches.
全員まとめて破壊してやる。
私が出る。おお。捕らえた。おお。我が宇宙を守りきる。皆さん、甘いわ。ジャスティストルネード。くらえ。はあ。正義執行。
稼ぎしなきゃならねえか。よっしゃー、倒したぜ。
あら、ビルス様。
待ちくたびるか。
行くぞ。
やれ、あなたでは私に勝てませんよ。行きますね。よっ、さあどうです。はあ、えい、はあ、えい、よいしょ。9歳がさん。
私 私が出よう。捕らえた。我が宇宙を守りきる。伊賀さん、甘いわ。ジャスティストーネード。くらえ。正義執行。光は今悪を討つ。
さて行きましょうか。ごまそろそろ終わりにしましょうか。
ぶっこきやがって。までだ。
やれやれ。行きましょう。
私にかなうわけねえだろ。
まあさすがサイヤ人。勇者ください。
遅れを。いや遅い。いや遅い。無駄だ。本気を見せてやる。いや遅い。
お任せ。行きましょう。
諦めるな。自由の戦士トッポ。逃げ場はないぞ。伊賀さん、甘いわ。ジャスティストーネード。くらえ。正義執行。
ジャンパといやもはや手加減はなしだ。遅いいやいやいや遅いといやいや片付けてやる。逃がさん。
やれ、これはお仕置きが必要ですかね。
勝負はこっからだ。
さあどうです。
行くぞ。
手加減しすぎました。
遅れをチェア。はいやは
まだこんなもんじゃねえぞ。
だせいはいや遅いせいは
大丈夫か。ジャスティスクラッシュ。捉えた。おお。
ジャンパ
私が出る。光は今悪を打つ。
まあさすが最悪。
俺に任せ。いややるな。
大丈夫か。自由の戦士トッポ。
おっと。
捉えた。捉えた。ジャスティスクラッシュ。
遅れをさっさと終わらせてやる。本気を見せてやる。片付けてやる。
時間稼ぎしなきゃならねえか。
交代だ。逃げ場はないぞ。
お前遅い。いやいやせやおおはおおせやおはいやとたいやたはいやはいや遅いはいやはは
私捉えたって自由の戦士トッポ。おお捉えたぞ。ジャスティスクラッシュ。覚悟するのだな。
俺が貴様を倒す。
吐くのはいいな。
いや
最初からこの結果は分かっていたはずだ。
まあさすが最悪。
俺や
諦めるな。
やれ。
私がありったけの正義を逃がさん。甘いわ。ジャスティストーネード食らえ。はあ正義執行。
ごまかそろそろ終わりにしましょうか。
お前は本気を見せてやる。はっ遅いいやはっや遅い最初からこの結果は分かっていたはずだ。
So I don't know. You saw those matches, right? Some matches, Caulifla did absolutely nothing. About 2 of them, the first 2, she did basically nothing. Then the last one, her blue card almost one-shot a unit. I don't know. And then you just saw a hit with Topo come back against the Super Saiyan team with Super Saiyan 2 Goku, by the way, balanced Zenkai. Obviously very fun to play against Fate with infinite damage. That's ridiculous. Against my, 12-star unit, but that's another discussion. I don't know. After that, it's like both did really damn good and really damn normal. Hit, I think Hit outperformed because he was able to do more in more scenarios. Caulifla, I was trying to give her scenarios to like hit the opponent and do damage, but it's also like you play these matches to win. You don't play them to showcase the unit. And I'm playing these matches in particular to win. And to win, you use the best unit for that best scenario you're in. And Caulifla was usually, in those matches, not the best unit for those scenarios. But Hit was, at least in the scenarios he was in. And if you're not understanding that, what I mean is a showcase is, okay, this is the new unit, I'm going to show them off. Type disadvantage, type advantage, whatever. Even if they're getting screwed in their ass, I will save them and show them off no matter what. This isn't a showcase. This is a comparison video. It is this unit versus this unit on this team. Hit is better. Z ability, uniques, main, his cut through everything, his blast armor, Hit's better. I would say it's like a 52% to Hit and like a 48% to Caulifla on like who's better. This is probably the closest versus video I've done. I don't know how to explain it just because you can see it in these matches. If you go back and watch these matches again, there's matches where Caulifla doesn't really impress, and then there's the last one where she just decimates. And then Hit is the same thing. He doesn't do abhorrent damage in like the first match, but then the second match, he comes back with Topo 2v3 without even rushing. Like, I don't know. I think Hit flows better. I think Hit is better. So yeah, that's the verses. I mean, Hit's better, but let me know what you guys think. I can't fully tell, but from this testing, I think hit is better. I'll see you guys in the next one.